Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. Welcome to the. I'm going to take my headset off for this. Welcome to my playthrough of the Beginner's Guide. This is something, and I'm going to start off by saying, from what I've heard, it's quite an emotional experience. It's like an emotional game, a story, and it lasts about 2 hours. So we're going to be playing the entire game in one stream, and I've been wanting to play this on stream and with people for fuck you too. I'm joking. Since I started, really, it was always been one of those games that I've been determined to play. I obviously just have to wait till I've got the PC and stuff to be able to sort it out. But yeah, it should be. Thank you. Hello, Cole Rains. Welcome in. Nice to meet you. How'd you find this one? Were you scrolling through the Beginner's Guide, or were you just randomly clicking through streams? But I'm good, thank you. We're about to play the Beginner's Guide. I don't know if you've heard of it. But yeah, we're going to be playing through all of it in one stream. So this is probably going to be about 2 hours long, maybe a slightly longer. But it's good to have you here. I don't know. It's quiet for fuck's sake. Follow this game on Twitch. Ah, nice. Nice to hear. I don't know if I'm quiet or not. I'm not good at PC streaming. Apparently, I'm usually on Xbox. What sort of games do you like, Cole? You're loud for me. Okay. I don't know what to say to that. But thank you for the follow. We're cool but chaos. That's what we are. I hope... I don't know if people have seen this game before, but it is one of a kind from what I've seen, so I'm very much looking forward to sharing it with you, getting people's thoughts. Turn your volumes up. Yeah, me as loud. Mick Charlie, sure you're not deaf. Don't worry about things. We say we're all good friends. My vol is max. I don't know then. Maybe it's mobile version. I don't really know. But thank you for following, Cole. I very much appreciate that. I hope you're having a good day. But yeah, good to have you here. So yeah, we will get started in a second. I just like to talk to you guys for a bit. Have you played the Stanley Parable? It's actually on my list of things to play. So I've got quite a schedule sorted for the future, and on it is the Stanley Parable, but it is one of the things that I want to hear. So I definitely do want to play that on stream in the future. I think it's... Ignore that bot. Oh my god, we're being hit by the bots today. There you go, mods. But yeah. Stanley Parable is one of those games that I definitely want to play through, because it is a very cool one. Look more into the camera while I drink my tea. If you can't tell, I'm British. I don't know if you're British as well or American. Charlie, I'm not paying you money to become famous. When I could just pay those fine gentlemen if you hadn't have banned them. Oh, yes, I had heard that they're made by the same creator. So this is almost going to be a setup for my Stanley Parable series. But thank you for dropping that piece of trivia. That is going to be good. It's good to know, because he's a very funny dude. So I'm very much looking forward to that. But yes, I've heard that this one is a little more serious than the other one. But I feel like I am rattling on a little bit. Yeah, the dog is in the background. He was barking, so I let him upstairs to... see everyone. For Cole, who's new, this is my dog, Spuddy. Move my chair that way. There we go. He's a happy boy most of the time. Yeah, he's a bit confused. He's like, fuck off, leave me alone. But yeah. Right. Without further ado, I'm going to swap over to overlay and bam. Okay, we should be good. He is a cute dog, to be fair. I need to actually put my headset on as well. Everything should be working. Please let me know if anything goes wrong. Can't believe it's been 6 months. I will not be able to tell on my end, so you guys will have to be responsible. Nope, no game. Really? That's not good. Bear with me. Okay, that's really not good. Why are you not working? Excuse me. Maybe I need to open it up first. PC gamer right here I am. I'm sorry, Cole. I will get to it for you in a second. As you can tell, I stream from this so regularly. Okay, any good now? Okay, that's not good. This happens a lot with Who Needs Visuals. Just use your imagination. Exactly. I like you, Cole. I like you already. You'll let me off the hook. Game. What? Why? Okay. This always happens, so I'm getting my resident expert to come in and give me a hand. If I'm using it, shall be indeed a fun time. I mean, you can see my face, so unless this game is not good, then right. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna wait for Ben to reply. Hopefully, he is going to. I don't know how to work PC. It's not PC, it's Streamlabs. It's more because this has worked every other time I've done it, so I don't know why this isn't working. Okay, right, we're going to hop into a Discord, so you're going to be able to listen to Ben's beautiful voice. Hi, Ben. We're having issues.
Hello.
Hello, we're having issues.
Oh, you're doing it as a game catchy, correct?
Yeah.
Can you share your Streamlabs screen to me? Hi, chat, by the way. Hi, everyone.
This is so professional. Someone's Cole's come in, bless him, for the first time, and he's seeing this.
This is easy enough. I have this issue with quite a lot of games anyway.
Right.
So if you go to your sources and double-click on game.
Yep.
Right-click on it maybe and do options. Usually it comes up with like a menu for me. Oh, it had come up with something. It just wasn't showing it on my screen.
Got it. Yeah. And do I need to tap something?
Right. It's not on my screen, so I can't see it. But does it say? What does it say on there?
Mode auto.
Change it from auto to what the game that you're playing if it's on there.
It isn't. It says any full screen application. Capture specific window.
Specific window?
Aha! Aha, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, this is good. Okay, so then if I do that...
If it's black, it might only be showing black because you're outside of the game. That's what XCOM does with me. I have to be in the game playing it for it to appear.
Okay, it's a black screen now.
There you go.
And it's on!
It's on.
Ben, you're a sexy motherfucker. Do you know that?
Hey, you're more than welcome. It resets to default whenever you try it, and it'll just try and... But sometimes it does it with me with Assetto Corsa. It doesn't pick up that there's a game being played, so you have to kind of go and select it in Streamlabs.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. Right, I'm going to leave you to your movie night. Have fun. Thank you.
No worries. Love you all, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was hot. Okay, we're there. We are here. Welcome to the beginner's guide. Everything should be working. Can I move my mouse around and it picks it up? And it's not going to be exceptionally laggy. Yes, that's what we like. Okay, we're in business, boys and girls. Exciting times. So, this is it. Let's get straight into it. We've wasted enough time. Actually, hang on. Audio... Closed captioning. Full captions. Yep, that seems to be good. Now we can do it. Let's begin my game. Oh, I hope you have a good birthday when it comes up. Please make sure audio is on. Yes, it is on. Hopefully. I hope you guys can hear audio. Okay, I can do WASD. I'm good at that. Kind of. Not really. But we live for it, as Cole said here for the fun show.
Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
No problem.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable. And while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Okay.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So
he's a
just to
game
start you
developer,
off,
for
this
people who
is,
don't know.
I think, the first game he ever made.
Ooh.
It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way.
Oh,
And
sick.
mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Right.
But what I like
Nice.
is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it
Great.
destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their
The
creator.
red box over there, the
I
crate.
want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008,
Yeah, I
Coda
already
starts
love
making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
I mean, that's respectful.
And I think he
to the
really
craft.
understood this
Respect me.
image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last
That's okay.
game,
I'd
and
rather
then
be
he
quiet
hasn't
from the
made
game,
another
but I
one
need to sort
since.
something out afterwards once it's talked.
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda.
I mean, from
So
what
thanks
I
for
know,
joining me on
that's
this.
done that.
If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com.
There you go. If anyone's interested.
Okay, that's about it
whoa.
for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay, November 2008. Nice. Right, bear with me a second. I'm going to sort two things out. One of which is my volume, and the other is Streamlabs. Gonna turn that down a little bit. Probably about there, just so that you guys can hear that. What a cute friendship. Yeah, I know, that's really nice. Okay, hopefully, because it kept crackling for me, I hope that wasn't coming across in-game. But it kept, like, from now and then, different things would, like, be going, yeah. So hopefully we've got this. But I'm into it. So Chapter 1, Whisper 2008. This is Cody's first game. So let's hope that it's a good one. We have a gun. Okay, now I can't actually hear anything. Nope. Okay, this has gone horribly wrong. Ugh, this is annoying. I hate technical issues, man. This is why I don't like streaming from PC. Okay, maybe go up. Ugh, man. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen for this game as well. I even went through with Ben, who you just spoke to, for a while to, like, make sure there was no issues, but we've had no end, apparently. Okay, right. Can't hear anything. Volume. Okay, let's try that. No, I like streaming when it works fine. Right. We good?
It's one of the more generic
No, we are not good. What are you doing? Stop it. Okay, I think it's actually an issue with my aux, which is not good. I'm having a mare of a time when I just wanted to have a good experience with you guys. Right. Okay. I can. Let's have a look. No. Stream has sound, yeah, but the only issue is that sound is coming through my computer, which isn't good. Because that will then come through my mic. Okay, right. We've tried that. There we go. Okay. Do you have sound now? If you have sound, let me know. You should hear like a weird... Yes! Okay, right. We'll go from here. Sorry, everyone. Hopefully this will be better. This sounds better. Thank you for bearing with me. But hey, just like Coda, I think, there should be some issues. Okay, back to it immediately. Is there going to be some enemies to fight? I'm all here for it. Welcome back, Charlie. So this is Coda's first game in 2008. We're going from 2008 to 2011.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
This gives me Mass Effect vibes.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh, brilliant.
But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Fair enough, I'm down to do that.
Enemy force neutralized.
Ooh.
Begin ship evacuation.
This way. Whisper machine status active.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Look at that. This looks like Minecraft, you know? Like, that looks like a Minecraft map. Like, it's just gone around, and then at the bottom is just like gravel at the end of the world. Something I'd sort of make. Okay. This one? No. God, man, I miss when I used to be obsessed with Minecraft. Whoop. Oh, this is not
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past
Yay!
it.
I hate labyrinths.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all.
That's me.
That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Yeah. Fuck it, sure, why not?
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Right, okay, so we just respawn, I guess. What the fuck? Oh, shit.
The beam causes you to start floating.
Space beam!
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know.
That is
I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
This is his second game, right? November 2008. Okay, we're at the end of 2008 now. Oh, I like the music. Thank you, Tyler. You have a good night. I appreciate you coming by. Enjoy your rest, and I will speak
Yep.
to you soon. Wait.
In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, I've got this. I've got this. The past was behind her. Is there anything here that I'm missing? No. Okay, keep going back. Oh, shit. I forget. Ah, this is trippy.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist
can't do
experiment
it.
combining motion and narrative.
Oh, shit.
It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather
does the
than simply
future
basing it on a
change?
pre-existing trope.
Future keeps changing because that's what future does, depending on people's actions. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. I mean, this is a interesting. So someone went out of his, out of their way to do. Oh shit! I missed a piece of writing. Go back. Down the stairs. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Yes, I think the future changes. Ooh, Phasmo. We're talking about fate here. That is something way... Tom, we need Tom. You are now entering. Oh, he's doing a horror game next. I have a feeling this isn't going to be a typical horror game, though.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just
Brilliant.
yet. Please be patient
What an
with me
amazing
for a few
game.
more
10 out of
games, and
10
I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Would play that again. Okay, we're forward a whole month.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a weird mentality. I think I know some people who are like that, but I'm like, oh,
Once
this
you've
is
been
not
slowed to
this
an
is not
absolute
going well.
crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens.
Oh, no.
So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show
Oh,
you,
this
I'm
is
modifying the
messing with my fear
game
of
here
heights
so that
to
when you
win.
press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay. Thank you. Oh. You walk around talking people down from pursuing their hopes and dreams. A keen one game looks at the players a pair of floating eyes emitting a normal game where you have to scream into the mic every 15 seconds you're playing.
A room that's warm and nice and
You're
filled
the
with
queen
little
doesn't enjoy
ideas
while
for
your game is
games.
destroyed. Plays the camera filming an advertisement. Walk around on set filming whatever you like. Press U to surrender. A button you press stop the chaos. That
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or
Read
distant.
anything else you want.
He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that.
Some of these actually seem
It can
like
be a
quite
very
cool.
slow climb to get there.
Game filled with chairs, except one chair is floating. You must address and rally a group of eager press reporters. Stand on X staring at a bear for 3 hours. That one I like. That one I would... Okay, then boom. I'm just going to read the rest. Ready, set, fish. I like fishing. I went to see fishing and I really liked it. Okay, this is not what I meant by fishing. Sea fishing's a lot of fun. I think river fishing...
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
That was hard. Wait. Shit. Okay, that was cocky. Oh, fuck. Not good at puzzles, man. Wait. Can we not get over that? Okay. Just spam clicking. There's got to be a lever somewhere, right? No. No, let me in. Coda, mate. I don't like puzzles. I'm not good at them. Okay. Roof. Floor. Let me in. Enter again. I need to make some more space for my mouse, so. You're going over here, mate. Okay. There we go. Is he gonna like open it for me? Because I'm big dumb. I wish that I solved this puzzle.
Alright, let me just walk you through it.
There we go, thank you.
You're gonna hit the switch on the outside to open the door, then hit the same switch and walk through the door before it closes. You'll see a second switch on the inside, which will open the second door.
Ah, smart.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
I would
We're
never
gonna see it
forget
a
that, and
lot.
if not, Charlie, you're tasked with remembering it. Yes. Thanks, Ebony. So now we're in this room.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough.
Yes.
Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Noted. Whoa, what the fuck? Can I fly? No.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the
man
Stairs
built all
game,
this and
a
didn't
dull
show anyone.
exterior concealed a rich interior. And then,
Maybe
in
that's
this
what I
level,
meant to
a
ask.
dull interior hides this fantastic
If
outer
you made
world.
something that you were proud of, would you
Either
want to show
way,
people?
I think that the point is the same.
Maybe that's
is
the
that
point,
most of the
wasn't
time
proud
you
of
don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
To play. Oh, we're back here. Okay, he's made a sequel. You are now exiting. Oh.
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be
Yeah, I would
that
too.
the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally
So
connected
Coda's
in
made all
between
of these
this and the
hasn't
entering
shown
game.
anyone.
There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in. Some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp
This guy,
until
the
we've seen
narrator's
all of
friend,
them.
who he's
And once we
showcasing
have, we
his
can
work to
step
try
back
and
start
push
to
him
understand
start
what
developing
exactly
again.
that bigger picture is.
Okay, we're in 2009. This is between 2008 and 2011. Great and Lovely Descent. So it'd be like if you showcase people my book to try and get me to start writing again. That sort of thing.
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
Oh dear.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Streetwise.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called
I've
Source.
written half.
Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's
Gotcha.
working with what the engine does well.
Okay, that makes sense. Didn't know that.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making.
Is this gonna be
You
a
might consider paying
platformer?
attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at
It is.
producing linear,
Oh,
boxy
I'm good at
corridors.
these. Oh, and he fell off though. I'm not good at these. Oh dear. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. No, 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 no. Sorry, Coda. I did it. God, I'm good at this game. Hardcore, hardcore. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Okay, keep jumping. Okay, he doesn't have a problem with me just flipping through. That's what I like to hear. I failed successfully, exactly. Plus. The end. Is this like a cow pen? is, and the gate open. What a gentleman this gate is. I do too. I've noticed that the music is really good. I said that before with that ominous, with the ominous to your entering gate. Okay, this one's not a gentleman gate. Very creepy as well. Oh shit. I wonder if he did any work at all. I nearly ran out then. Like if he added to these games in any way, or whether he's literally just showing them in his. Why can't I leave? In his raw form.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Sheesh.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Thank you. Oh, you let me free.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else.
10 out of 10.
Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Oh, well, this guy sounds fun. Okay, down. Do we need to actually, like, start? Yeah. Music's very peaceful. Like, I feel at rest. Okay. Ooh, sky. This is one of the first times we've seen sky, if I'm correct. Most of the time, it's just been white. And it's good sky, too. Just throwing that out there. Aha!
It's the
Ebony,
puzzle again.
It's your time.
With the exact same solution as the last time.
Now.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
I feel like we're just playing this with him, which is really, it's a good atmosphere to have. I like it a lot. Okay, this is instantly creepy. You there? Did you come
Here,
from
Coda
above?
begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's
shit.
chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
That's the world above. You've been there. I have. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and a switch? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming. I'm gonna say 1. Oh, let's be friendly with these guys. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I solved it. You can't give them it. That's interesting. Surprise level. You didn't solve it, so you've learnt nothing. You cannot help us escape this prison. You are not the one I need. Surely there must be someone else. Okay. Sorry guys, can't help you. The dialogue system doesn't allow me. I wanted to though. Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle to pass through? Yes. Do you want to know how to solve it? No, we actually find the blank space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Why would I care about the space between the doors? There is a reason, but it may take time before you understand, which is fine. You'll see it again soon. Okay?
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
this game actually has bug noise. Like, this is
It's a
more
lamppost.
advanced.
Okay,
sound
I
design
can't
too.
tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost.
It is a good looking
It's going to
lamppost.
appear at
That
the end
light.
of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up
Yeah,
to
but
this
add that
point,
in.
you know, he's been making really strange and
We like this
abstract
lamppost.
games
I give it a
with
10
no
out of
clear
10.
purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
Okay, so he does have a goal.
He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
How so?
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them.
Cool.
And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Next game, please. Thank you. Bye. Okay, everyone look for the lamppost then. At the end of the game, we'll see one. April 2009. We're going to say this April the 18th. Because that's my birthday. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. No way. Interesting. Nice room. Not. Okay, a bit harsh. I quite like that room.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're
Oh.
going to see have been written by
I got
Coda.
excited.
This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from
Fucking
anything
hell,
that anyone
okay,
else was
you wrote
doing.
a
So
lot
right
of
away I
stuff.
was like, I have to be friends with this person. In
Whoa,
retrospect,
holy
I think I was
That was
probably
how
a
I
bit too
reacted to it.
pushy, trying to
You
get
guys
his
see anything?
attention. I was over but he was very gracious about it and very patient. And I cooled off.
Welcome, readers. Thank you for coming by, Geordie. I hope I can entertain you. It's great to see you here. I hope you had a good stream, and I get that call for sure. Well, I mean, if you want to send me some games over, if they're on any way, I'm happy to maybe stream and have a look at them as well. Shaz, hi, nice to see you. How are you? Thank you for doing that. Shout out, Charlie. Definitely go check out Geordie. What were you playing? Fortnite. Nice. Did you get any dubs? We are definitely playing something with a little bit of a different tone. This is the beginner's guide, and we're following this guy is the writer of the Stanley Parable, the narrator, and we're following his friend's Coda game development. So his process of writing games. He's stopped now, and the guy who narrates this created this game to like show people his games, and he's trying to get him to get back into the game development side of things. So it's pretty cool. We're just going through and enjoying the story. But yeah, you are more than welcome to stick around and always welcome here. Not many, but that's how it is. All about the fun. It is indeed. As long as you're enjoying yourself, then that's what matters. Hello. It's like saying hi to the Raiders. Reasonable.
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
So
Either
for
way,
reference,
to me they convey a sense of loneliness.
I'll let him talk.
I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
So all of these games that we're playing and that we're going to go through, Coda created and just left on his laptop, hasn't showed anyone.
But it's ironic, isn't it?
But only
That
this guy.
in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just
Well, that's fun.
play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing.
I feel that.
I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
That's kind of interesting. So when we first loaded in, the title of this game was connected to the internet, and it said that all of these were left by other players, but actually they were left by Coda. So these are all Coda's thoughts that he just threw down on the floor. I help people because the internal good feeling I get. New room. Do you hear the chimes? They keep going, don't they? I would like very much to be desired. I think we all would, mate. Welcome, Courage. I don't know how to go with this. Some of them are quite funny, some of them are quite dark. I'm not going to read them all just because we'll be here for hours. This is where I get off. Stop, turn back, receive only result in misery. But, I mean, it's weird because I was saying to these guys earlier, he put so much effort into these games and then he just didn't show them to anyone, which I think in itself is kind of sad. Like, if you put effort into something, then you should show other people, show them something you're proud of, and hopefully the other people, you know, respect and appreciate the effort, like I'm sure so many people who played this game do. Like, this to me is, if a friend showed me this, I'd be like, whoa man, that's really cool, it's crazy. Art. Very abstract. This is based on a true story, yes, so Coda is a real person, and the narrator is a real guy as well, which makes this even cooler. Apparently, it's quite, I'm going to say a trigger warning, it can get quite emotional if you're going to stick around and grab some popcorn and chill out, especially to the Raiders, from what I've heard. So, yeah, just prepare for that. His terrible secret, he kept it well. Secrets are good. I beat the game.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Okay. That whispering is creepy, man.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
So far we've seen this puzzle 3 times.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between the spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Okay, we are going to move on. Let's read a few more. Heading back to the start later, guys. No answer, I think. There is no second switch, no solution. Guys, it's not so bad in there. Well, at least there's one optimistic. Okay. I always hate things that have many whispers. I always find that to be quite creepy. What is that? Is that typing? It sounds like Ben writing an essay. Like in Keynote. Oh, it's cameras. No, typewriter. And there's the lamppost again that you mentioned earlier. That does feature in every level. Are you there? Please say something. There can't be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you trying to say speak? Okay. Thank you, Geordie. Thank you so much for the raid. I very much appreciate it. It means the world. And I hope you have a good
this one is
evening,
tough.
Whatever you do.
It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Let's just say porn stars die too. This doesn't look like a porn star's room. Okay. Enjoy your porn stars are immortal. I appreciate that, Geordie. It means very much that you thought of me to share your audience with. So this is a well.
See, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway.
Where's the door?
Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Where's everything gone? It's just outlines with no doors. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? TV. That's not a TV. Okay, now what about along the wall of the room? Let's have a horse picture. That's chairs. Okay, freedom of choice is not big in this game. I think we should light up this room a bit. Skylight, hell yeah, I love those things. Okay, that's a lamp. And a table. You need a table. We have one. Tables were invented in 1935. Good to know. Who are you? What exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. That one. I mean, that is a table. Well, dresser. 3 dressers, man.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Freedom of choice, man. Give me it. I want my screen. I want my TV.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. With pleasure, my dude. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Yes, here we go, guys. Follow instructions. First, click on this table. Good. Go to the phone and click to turn it slightly. On it. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and turn it back on. I can do this. This is good. Remember, write this down. Now go to the left side sofa, move it over a little. Finally touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Good. Okay, good to know. I don't really know what's going on either, to be fair. Okay, we're in prison.
And
right.
of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Brilliant.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's
This is a cool
nearly
one. I
a
like
dozen.
this one.
Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Okay. This looks like the enter here level. So I feel like Coda's trapped in his own prison of development, maybe like a mind block or something. He just made, so that prison level you saw, from the porn star level, he just repeated that a long time. Like, he just did constantly focused on prisons for about 5 levels. And then this is his final iteration in which the prison isn't even here. Okay. Oh, please don't get us trapped in here. Hello. Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So, you were trapped in this prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself.
I am right now, and I'm so glad
You know,
to know that I get
all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
What's it like to escape? Actually, I'm really forgetting what being in the prison was like. It's strange, but in a way, I kind of miss being in prison. It feels like being completely still and wildly emotional at the same time. Really? How long has it been since you got out? Only a few minutes, but somehow it's already fuzzy, kind of like it never happened. So I assume this was like branching paths as well. But this is the worst, more desperate thing I've been through. How could you possibly forget I promise it's not as bad as right now as you think it is. You don't ever forget it, you just stop identifying with it. Wait, if you're me, then why did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to get it. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do you have to do? To get out, all you have to do is be still. It's insane. What? What will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out by the consequence. Just be sincere. Sincere about what? That's exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
I think he's sort of trapped in his own head there, in that situation.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
I assume that's up there. Let's have a look in here. Yikes, really nice houses. Hello. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes. So he's changed his, dialogue scene.
You'll notice that the quality of the art
me,
is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
What's consular? I feel like I'm... don't worry about me. Yes, very life is strangey. Well now, you might just be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start with cleaning and then you decide whether you can do it all night? I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Oh, Consuela. I did good. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? Yes, sir. How do I get upstairs? Maybe it's a bungalow. Ah, that's weird. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? All the little details matter. How'd you end up doing this job? Let's make some friends. A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have got some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Oh, speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come and straighten these pillows here? Absolutely. Oh dear, it looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there. We are quick at this. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Give me all the cheese. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Last I checked, the tub needs a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to be perfect, we're all just human. Done. Are those still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Aye, this is not what I'd ever do in my real life. My room is a mess. Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Do these chores are right. Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have absolutely got to own it, otherwise it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future you? Present you wants to smooth out the rug in the bedroom.
I know that Coda really liked this game.
Trust me on this one.
Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his
Looks like the
face.
tub's gotten rather dirty. Would you mind tidying up for a bit? Earlier, when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was gonna say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. Well, there's a bit of truth to it, that's true. If your house is clean, you're gonna be clean. Anyway, so, housekeeping. Housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Oh, I said thank you. She. They're good. Happy to help. Oh goodness, those pillows over on the couch are
I'm
really
glad he
nice.
made
Would you go
this.
and straighten them in?
I'm glad he found some peace.
This does feel like a lot of calm after the thing. Question.
But,
Do you
of
enjoy
course, it can't last.
Oh.
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
That was sudden. I was kind of enjoying it, you know? Just kind of chill. Lamppost.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move.
Yeah,
I really thought that was the point of it.
Okay, we're in 2009, nearly the end of it. Items you love.
This
and
one
members
gets a
only
bit
prices.
goofy.
I love Goofy. Hello. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No? You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It is so easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the
Being
game, the
perfect is
perspective
effortless.
shifts.
This is the key. How do I do it with no effort? On the way to work, I
And you
told
play
them
as the
it's not
teacher.
contributing to
And
society.
suddenly, you
Kids
discover
should not
that
follow
your
their
teacher
dreams.
is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Oh, sick. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? I still love you, it's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. Being alone must be awful. Well, let me tell you right now, it isn't. If it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. Look at that black hole now. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you are torturing yourself trying to find the right solution for your life, you're not doing it right. This took a dark turn. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Ooh, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Seek out only one thing. That is the easiest, simplest path forward. Hahaha, just kidding. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? There is no truth. There is no path. What if I'm not a good teacher? Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Do what is easiest. Do what is simplest. Feel what is true. coming for you. It's gonna destroy you. Everybody run! Run! Nothing. No one.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To
Perfection.
assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human.
Very true.
I think about this game a lot these days.
That was a good one. That was a really good one. January 2010.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Okay, bear with me. I'm just gonna run to the toilet quickly. You can stare at the stage sign. Burp. Okay, I have returned. Empty chair, do a solo. Imagine if the chair had just come to life right then, though. That would have been pretty badass. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it so far, because I certainly am. It's given me a lot to think about. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna pursue. And see what we do. That would be pretty horrifying, actually. But that is the way. Okay. Let's do this. See where this is taking us. I mean, this is a lot more detailed than the other games. Fuck you, Ebony. Sheesh. It's a good-ass stage. Oh, no. Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. Chuck and Ebony love you. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. Sorry, I always mix up my words. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello. Sorry, I have to leave. Where is the bathroom? Hello. Hello. That's it. That's not a conversation, you silly goose. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. I like you. Here are all my hopes and dreams. I like you. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There are a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. You must have worked really hard to get where I bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? Interesting. I like that one. Bit dark. You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. How far back? All the way back? Like out the door? No. Oh. Wait, is that it? Oh dear. Okay, yes. Now this
The
is
game
working.
ends with this
is what it
eerie
was like.
premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution, social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where
great.
it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect.
This is
to
ominous
connect with this
fuck.
person. To bring him closer.
Okay, I didn't
But
like
what can
that
you
one.
do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new
Okay, so
game.
it's starting to take longer to make a new game. June 2010, Mobius Trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. I can't see it. Please, someone talk. Is that the door?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise.
Oh, there isn't.
And there is a solution, by the way.
Okay. What's going on? Okay, let's try and work this out. Fuck. Okay. Help! I'm blind. Aha! Lamppost. Okay, bye. The only way to stop it is to speak to someone that is honoured. I burst and creative. I can't do that. It's my work as well. That one, I assume. Okay. Don't feel it anymore. I'm out of
Like I
ideas
said,
and
I was
strength.
getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like,
I'm alone.
you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Hello? His games, like, genuinely look good. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I tried to create a feel like that. What's happened? Did something change? Is this the Whisper engine? Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I can take you to it, but there's a problem. It's guarded by a difficult
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
This has taken an interesting turn. Perfect. Come along, I'll show you.
Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
First you have to open the door. There you go, Ebony, this is your time again. Now what? Okay.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Did Coda crash? I hope Coda's okay. I need to see it to know why it stopped. Where does this island come from? I have nothing left to give. Okay, here we are. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous, and that you love it 100% of the time. Thank you, Ben. Have a great night. I hope you enjoyed your movie night, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you for the bits as well, but no more. You're not allowed. What, is that crying in the background? Okay. Making games is easy. Ah, that feels wonderful. Why did I feel so awful when I said? Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. Yes, that's wonderful. Keep going.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy.
This
to me.
is unhealthy for sure.
I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like video games are not worth
fantastic.
this amount of suffering.
I'm going to vomit. None of this is helping.
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Patience. You have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please continue. Yes, more. Keep going.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
Incredible, that's it. I'm free. I'm free.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Okay, let's keep going through. I don't know how dark this is going to get, so I'm going to place a trigger warning here. If you have any issues with mental health, anything like that, and you don't feel comfortable watching this, you don't have to. And this goes for anyone watching this back as well, because I will be uploading this to YouTube afterwards. If you don't feel good watching this, and it's making you uncomfortable, please do stop and go watch a lighthearted video or something. But if not, let's see how Coda's feeling now. So this is 7 months on from that cry for help, I'm gonna assume. But no one played it again. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so you might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Oh, this isn't gonna be good. We can see the machine. We'll be done with the machine. What will you do with it? How did you capture it? Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not gonna go over everything, but... Okay.
And of course, it's the machine.
I feel like the machine might be his brain. Thank you, Ebony. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Stop. Your work was keeping us alive. These people out there, can you imagine what pain you put them through? It was only because of your creation that any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? How about this for a start? You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people you love them suffer. I've been so alone. Apologize for leaving me. Think carefully, I know how to hurt you. I've seen the thing you fear, you know. Alright then, I will apologize to the people on your behalf. What's he apologizing? What, creating stuff? These people, I don't know. My friends. It falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize. Refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We'll find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. That's optimistic. Let us show it that we are not failures. Let's do that. I like that one. Let's do that one. Follow me. We will destroy the machine. Follow me. We'll destroy everything that the machine has created. I'd rather not destroy all the games. Keep the memories. Ah, not this fucker again. Oh, we actually have a gun. Am I? We go down? Aha! In here. Jump. Jump. Wait, is he gonna be going back through the games?
Remember, you can click to fire the gun.
Oh. Coda, I'll make sure you're in Is that what you're scared of? Exposed to the view of others every day, forever seen in naked clarity. So he's afraid of his work being.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Oh no.
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral?
Probably not.
Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Okay, I'll destroy this room. This room sucks. Fuck this room. Whoa.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know,
Good.
the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down your weapon.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone
See,
really
that's more
connects
like
with the
me.
thing that I've
I
made,
seek
when they see
validation
themselves
within me.
purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a
you were
good
doing it
person. I
more
felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made.
Okay. Last one.
So let's take a look.
June 2011. Okay, so we're at the end now. The tower. Hey,
And this
Alex.
is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Now, this is not what I like. I was hoping for a little bit more vibrancy from Coda.
This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Thanks.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the
So I'll
deeper
let him finish
idea
now.
behind the invisible
Tell you
maze?
Okay, there we go. This game, so if you've ever heard of the Stanley Parable, this is made by the same guy, by the writer of it, and what it's doing is it's following his friend at the time, Coda, and his game development journey, and all the games he's created. And they're only small games, very minimal, and his journey and his story that he's putting through the games. We've seen it started from just silly, goofy games, and then they started getting a little bit darker and darker, and very much became more cries for help with his mental health and things, saying he was alone and stuff. So what's just happened up to this point is the creator, his name's Davey, I think. Davey released Coda's games to some people, and they loved it. And then he hasn't heard from the guy in 7 months, and this is his return. So people have seen the games, people loved it. He was very worried about what people were going to think, but they loved it, so he should be happy. But instead, this level is quite cold and distant. And yeah, we're going to find out, I guess, what happened to Coda.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess
Oh,
the
fucking
6-digit
hell.
code.
That's going to take a while.
Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
1 5 1 6 1. Ah, shit. Oh, for fuck's sake. 2 3 4 5 6 7. Never. Click. Wait, right? Done that right? Ah, 151. Fix it. There you go. 151617. Okay, there we go. You don't know. Yeah, I kept clicking, okay? I'm sorry.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that
Jesus
it's
Christ,
literally
Cody. Not
impossible to
letting
solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Yeah, I get the mood of this bit of the story. I'm very intrigued by the story. Yes, I'll be uploading the rest of it to YouTube.
Was I a
so you can
failure
see it.
for not understanding this game?
Afterwards, if you'd like to go back and watch it.
I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution.
Very
But I
interesting.
feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
I think what's been
I
also
remember,
interesting.
it's
is-
June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them.
It's very intriguing. You can see the 2 very different personalities. Davey is quite, he seeks validation, he wants people to love and respect his work, much like something I would be like. Whereas Coda is very much, he's made these games and he's not shown them to anyone. He's just kept them hidden on his computer. And the only person he showed is Davey, many of them. And it's very, very interesting to see this thought process, because you can really feel what Coda is thinking and feeling as he's making these games, which I think you can tell with many indie game, especially indie game developers. A lot of their personality shines through a lot more than in AAA games. So it's been very interesting to see. It's been an experience, that's for sure. And some of these games are genuinely really interesting. Like, they're just funny. Like, if someone actually released this collection,
I had been
of games,
trying
like
to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Although I feel like some game developers like for it to be left up to
I
the
just
player.
felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy.
So Davey's taking
It was that
this
I
on
needed to
himself.
see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
I get that. It's a wrong thought, so. Yes, sorry, that's been a thing. I think my mic is very quiet, so sorry about that.
Where did I screw up?
PC issues. I think some people. It's been weird actually. Some people have had that problem and others haven't. Like I don't think Ebony's had that problem, but I know Tyler. Been there. Yeah, tech issues plague me when I stream from PC, but I really wanted to do this, so I'm just sort of going through it, and that's why I'm kind of being quiet when you can hear the game sound.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Fuck. Shit.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
That would have been hard to hear.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Oh, shit. This is what I was saying. Did he modify any of the games? Fuck it. Oh, shit.
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
He is going in. No,
I'm
I think
afraid
it's-
that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
I don't think he's a figment of his imagination. I think he just let down a friend. Fucking hell, imagine being Davey right now. I don't know why I'm going back and...
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Fucking hell. Gotta pause for a sec. Shit. Those 20 minutes you missed were probably the most important 20 minutes of the game. Whoa. He is not well. Basically, he shared Coda's work with other people. And he didn't do it he did it for selfish reasons, basically. He did it to feel something, because I think really he's struggling, and what it just came out then is he's adapting the game. So at the start of the game, when we first started playing, Alex, if you go back you'll see it, he says there's a lamppost at the end of every single level of the game, and what we just saw in there is that he added that lamppost, and then I actually feel like that was his letter at the end. That erratic letter was to Coda.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
That I don't know. But at the same time, I kind of get the feeling he's going through. Like that need to be validated, that need to have someone else be like, yeah, your work is good. And this is good. Is something that I definitely understand with and almost connect with. No language, there's some form of personality. Maybe. I mean, he is a game developer himself, so that would make sense as well. Because yeah, it did get a bit erratic, almost like he is fighting himself.
Solution.
I assume he just wanted to add his mark, because as he was saying...
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate.
And Coda's actually fine.
Wouldn't have
by the
told so
sounds of
many
it.
people that he was depressed.
Oh shit! You told other
Maybe
people.
he just likes making prisons.
You told other people that he was depressed. That is crossing a boundary for sure. This is
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
But considering Coda hasn't actually said he was depressed, he just enjoyed making games, is what he's saying, and Davey just kept reading into it and making more out of it. It's really sad. And I'm just thinking, in that last level, if you were Davey and after months of not talking, you receive that level and you see those words written on, I feel physically sick when
If I
I'm
knew
around.
that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
That's fucking sad, man. That's fucking sad. To need validation that desperately that you... Damn.
What now?
I mean, Davey, fair play for releasing this game, man, because you have exposed yourself, like your soul.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm...
Validation is like praise,
gonna-
like me going, good job, that's really cool.
Okay.
Davey gonna come back? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So what, from the sounds of it, Coda didn't crave validation, he just enjoyed developing, he enjoyed making games. And Davey was the one who wanted that validation, well, as we've just heard, and so he took it upon himself to get it, even by using someone else's means. And thinking about Coda, imagine what was... So developing was this guy's safe space, and Davey just took it and said, fuck you, it's mine now as well. Your friend did that. That would hurt. And that would hurt quite a lot. So seeing both sides. And there's the light beam from the beginning. He didn't take credit as such, but these people all played these games, and he said that Coda was depressed and stuff like that to these people, and they really loved these games, and they said these are great. And what he thought he was doing was saving Coda. He was helping Coda. He was making Coda better, improving him, and making everything worth it, and was saving Coda. And that gave him this feeling that he was doing something right for himself, and that he got this internal feeling that yes, I'm doing something good. And then that was the validation that he needed to go on. That was what he felt. And that's at some point. Fuck, oh man. That got... Wow, is all I can say. It feels like me and Davey experienced something together. There's so much more you could say about these different things. One thing I will say is the sound design is phenomenal in this game. Truly.
Turn back from this cave.
Bizarre.
You said, let me
pretty
prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and
Fucking hell.
miles and miles.
That was an experience and a half. Thank you, Cole, for
And
coming
you're
back.
so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back.
Oh my god, I feel like fucking crying, man. And what's sad is that I feel like I can link to Davey in some way. That need for validation, as I said earlier, just yeah, that was something and a half. I'll talk about it, talk about my feelings for it and stuff, but I highly recommend, let me swap over to just chatting, but I highly recommend going back and watching that, even if it's not my playthrough. If you go and watch, there's a few other big YouTubers have done it. I know Jacksepticeye's done it, if you want to see a different perspective, but if you want to see mine, I'll be highlighting it and doing it almost straight after. But that was the best experience I've done on the channel for sure, because I just think experiencing this guy's raw emotion, what started as it was a lovely idea anyway, and what it's going from is that lovely idea has actually developed into something that toxic, and that idea ruined the safe space another person had, and that's really sad. It's really sad. That's the thing, I relate to both. I feel for both, actually. Davey felt he probably did it in a good intention way and didn't realize how much he needed it. But for Coda, man, that must have been heartbreaking. Your friend who you're showing this to, you're sharing your work with, is just modifying it and going against your wishes and removing those safe space walls that you've created for his own selfish reasons, and is actively going against what you said. And that must... I mean, I can't even imagine how these two men have felt. But I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did experiencing with it. Yes, and that's at the end, it's like, I was thinking that like midway through, like, does he want this? But he even said this is what he's doing again, is so he can feel this again, and that's what the erratic breakdown was, I think, at the end. I want to know how he filmed it. Like, if he just did a running commentary of all the games after he'd edited and modified, and whether he split the dialogue up, because it all sounds very smooth. So I don't know quite how he did it, but what was really powerful was that just message to Cody at the end. It felt like we were just watching this dialogue between two friends, or attempted dialogue, and we weren't the intended player for this, and I don't think he made this game with us in mind. I don't think he made this game thinking about us playing it. I was nearly in tears. It was just so powerful, that passionate message, that desperate side. I hope he's doing okay now, Davey. I hope he's okay. But it was incredible. Steve, I know I saw you were in earlier. I hope you've enjoyed watching this. I don't know how long you've seen. Charlie as well. Cole, thank you so much for coming by, and I hope you enjoyed watching my experience, or what you saw. Ebony, thank you you've been in since the beginning for a whole nearly 2 hours now. I hope you've enjoyed it. And Alex, I hope you've enjoyed what you saw, and I really appreciate you giving your thoughts. If anyone has any thoughts, I'd love to hear them. It was really good to see everyone experience this with me, and it's a game that I'd heard about and I had to play on stream. I think it was one of the things that when I first started out streaming and when I got my PC, I was like, this is an experience that I have to play with people, and I like that I managed to do it in one sitting almost, and I think that really adds to it. There is other games very in a similar sort of way to this. I'm not going to reveal what they are now, but there are some that I'm going to play in the future and do something like this. It probably won't be for a few more weeks, just until it will be on a Wednesday or a Monday, on a day off, and I'll just do this random stream, maybe at late night again. Some of them I've heard are very different. They're all very different, and what I like about this is it's such a unique experience that no one will ever be able to replicate this, because this is their story, this is their passion, and it's been really... I don't really know how to explain it, but it was definitely something that I'm very proud to have done, and I almost want to apologise to Coda for sharing his work with more people. Like, I feel like, yeah. And we will be playing the Stanley Parable, which is a game made by Davey, and it's a very different tone, and you can definitely see the difference in that. So I think it'll be worth remembering. I might even remind people to watch this first, and I'll probably highlight this later tonight. I'll have to check that out, because I'd be interested to see his thought process when he was making this, how he felt, because this must have been hard to make. Like, this must have been almost torture to go through, and that last level, all I was thinking about was, because from the sounds of it, Coda and Davey were best friends at the time, and I was almost just thinking about if I hadn't heard from Charlie in about 6 months, and then I just received this zip code with no extra subtext, and it's just a game, and if I saw that level and Charlie had written that about me, I don't even know how I'd feel, but that would be that would hurt a lot. And I think what's key about that is that level. He built it for Davey. Like, he was obviously, just when he started making games, Coda, I don't know if Coda was he or she, made games because they enjoyed it and was just making silly little things like this CSGO starting thing. And then he developed, or she developed, that game for Davey to experience, because he knew that Davey was the only one who would push through all of the torture, the numerical code, the maze, and the unsolvable puzzle to get to the end. So he knew that is what he'd do. So he knew what he was writing, and he knew what he was going to be saying. Did you watch all of it, Steve? Obviously, I don't know if you've been lurking for most of it, but yeah, that was a wow. Thank you. I feel sorry for Coda as well. Like, it feels almost like Davey betrayed him. And what I found interesting, and if I'd suggest maybe if you don't have the game, it's quite cheap on Steam. Maybe playing through it yourself, you might see things that you missed in my playthrough. But watching it again, you would probably pick up on how much of an influence Davey had by the end of it. And that is quite interesting in and of itself. But yeah, that was... What did you think the first time you played it, Cole? I'm interested. And I don't know what you said, Ebony. I don't know if Davey and Coda made up. I don't know if he said. I don't think they would have. Coda sounded pretty done. Let me have a look. Did Coda respond to the beginner's guide? Oh. Okay. This article deals with various mineral. It also contains his biggest hit is because Breeden admitted that after his depression and he had a hard time in the beginner's guide. So I swear who called Coda. And Breeden was him. Breeden places the player into the very first game that Coda created. Sorry, I've just seen something really amazing. I've mentioned the narration of the first game. So what I've just seen is Coda... Alex, I think you were right. Coda isn't real. Coda isn't a real person. No, Alexa. Alexa. Fuck off. Yeah, Coda isn't a real person. Oh, okay. The story is real, but the games are not. Right. Got you. Thank you. Alexa, stop. No, shit. No, no. No. Okay, let's go to the back one. Okay, I've missed a lot. Although readers may not relate, most of us are not. For example, it's relatable. We can recognize each of the metaphors Coda used. The puzzle, the wish to stay in a safe place. Yeah. Breeden has declined to comment on the beginner's guide other than to explain that Coda is fictional and does not exist. He leaves the game up to interpretation. However, he has been open on social media about his own depression and life problems, particularly after the successful release of the Stanley Parable. No, I don't think he stole the games. I think... oh, what did you want me to say? Sorry. Oh. Alexa, remind me to pet Sud. Yeah, he didn't get that. But yeah, so what I think from that is that Alexa, remind me to pet Spud. Yeah, so I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna assume that he made this to be open to interpretation, and that is something that I really like. But that was a hell of an experience. Yes, I do. If you want to meet anyone, thank you. There is my Discord. If you want to join, you can find me in there all times, along with anyone else. Oh God, gonna have to do exercise at 1:45. Jesus. Just for you, Ebony. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Alexa, remind me to pet Spud. Now. Okay. But yeah, you're welcome to join that call. And because I think there will be a few other people who are interested in that. If you have any other questions about it, Jesus, Steve, then you are more than welcome. But yeah. This has been my playthrough of The Beginner's Guide. What a game. And I really love doing it. Thank you to Geordie Smiler for the raid and Cole for the follow. And to anyone... you can put it in general. That'll be enough. But thank you to anyone and everyone who's come by. If you've lurked, if you've come by and it's not been your thing, then that's no problem. I didn't think it would be everyone's, much like some of the other games aren't going to be everyone's. But we are going to raid and move on. It's been a pleasure experiencing this with you guys, and I look forward to doing the next one, which should be soon. So yeah, look out for that. I will be back tomorrow with more Mass Effect, a drastic change. Still working out what I'm going to do. But yeah, these sort of small games are definitely going to become a regular feature now. Just whenever and wherever I feel like streaming them. But yes, that is all. We are going to be raiding the lovely Ash Mischief. She is a great human, and I have a lot of love for her. She was one of the first people I'm dropping everything on the floor to ever help me set up streaming. So yeah, thank you, Charlie, for doing mod work as well, and to anyone else who's come by. I will be putting this out on Twitter to if people want to see that. So if you want to come by and watch this, which I highly recommend, not just because it's me, but because it's truly an amazing game and deserves to be played. Davey did an amazing thing here. But yes, before I rant on anymore, I will see you guys on the next stream. Thank you for coming by, Cole. I don't know how long you've been here, but yeah, hopefully it's going through. Yep, 10 seconds. I will see you guys on the next stream. Stay noisy and stay awesome. Thank you. Peace out. Or I'm not, because it's not letting me raid. Right, we're going on to computer then. Raid. If one of the mods can do it, you can tap to raid now, if you'd like. Life is but a dream. There we go. Bye.